Okay, let's do this thing. Let's wrap up Final Fantasy X-2 with its little bonus episode, last mission. Hello everyone, welcome back. Another stream on the same day. I know, that's rare, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Like I said, this is probably going to be just a short stream, because we're just going to watch the cutscenes. I'm going to try a little bit of the gameplay, I'll start a new game and all that. But I can already tell you, just from the screenshots and the basic concept that I read on it and the game fact, I was like, I'm not playing this. So, we'll probably just do like the first floor, and then that's it. We'll move on and just watch the cutscenes. I already have the video waiting too. Oh shit! Okay. There we go. They're playing the version of Eternity Memory of Lightwaves from the Little Instrument guys. From Maclonia Woods. This is cute. Yeah, there's a flute. That's fucking cute. This is really cool. I like this title screen. But I gotta admit, this title screen is very Kingdom Hearts design right here. Holy shit. They went full on into that, didn't they? That sort of art style and design. At this point, the mid-2000s. See, copyright 2003, 2004. Yeah. This looks like I just fired up Kingdom Hearts 350 and a half days or whatever for the Nintendo DS. The title screen is so similar. Not a bad thing though, it's pretty cool. But I like the cursor though. That fully 3D cursor right there. Alright, let's see the epic conclusion of this tale, shall we? Also, unfortunately, this game was normally supposed to keep track of your save data of FF10-2 original. And by that, I mean that it's like, it keeps track of what choices you made and what ending you got for the story. Unfortunately, in the HD Remaster International release, the HD Remaster version, this version that we're playing now, it's not able to do that. They didn't make it capable of reading your save data for the other game, for any of the other two games. So they just pre-inserted the dialogue to be a certain way. I don't know if the cutscenes on YouTube are going to be this way, but if I were to play through this game on stream right now like this, like I'm about to start playing a little bit right now, the cutscene dialogue would unfortunately follow the bad/normal ending where Tidus doesn't come back to life. So I'm just putting that disclaimer there in case something seems weird about the way the girls talk at the beginning of the game, because they're going to be talking as if Yuna never reunited with Tidus, basically, which is not the canon ending. I don't know why they put that dialogue in there, but, you know, maybe they were trying to not spoil it for people who might choose to play this first instead of the original 10-2, because when you fire up the Final Fantasy X HD Remaster Collection, and you get the big splash screen on the launcher, and you can pick any game you want. You can play them in any order. So that's probably why they did that. But it would have been cooler if they had made it read your save file like it did in the original release, which was Japanese only, I think, or for the international version. But oh well. Also, one last thing. It's kind of irrelevant to this little side thing I forgot to mention at the end of 10-2 original a few hours ago. I went back to the ship right at the far plane right before going all the way down and fighting Vegnagun, because I was trying to see if I could trigger certain dialogue from Shinra. It might be dialogue, it might be a little file, but he eventually, at some point in the game, I know you can find this out in the game. Shinra mentions that he's interested in potentially using the far plane as an energy source, which should be a big red flag considering his name. And I mentioned before, Sephiroth's gonna get his descendant. There's a connection here between FF10 universe, the FF10 universe and FF7. And FF7 Remake actually confirms this, because there's like a room, I think I might have mentioned this before, but there's a room featuring President Shinra's like family history and of course his triumphs and everything, and there's a big golden statue of him because he's all full of himself. But in his family history photos, there's a picture of this Shinra, the little kid. I think he's fully grown at that point, but he's still wearing the full mask and everything that he had when he was with the Goldwings here. on the ship on the Celsius. And so proving, you know, and they highlighted it in the FF7 Remake Ultimania, which they released in Japan like a year later after FF7 Remake came out. Proving the connection. Like, even the developers were like, see this? Yeah, this is Shinra from FF10 too. It's the same universe. So the far plane is essentially what becomes the life stream in FF7. They're essentially the same thing, just with different names because it's different time periods, different eras. And yeah, so little Shinra eventually develops technology to use it as an energy source, and then it, you know, his descendants keep that going, and it becomes something that gets out of hand and, you know, becomes a whole Mako energy trope in the storyline of FF7 many ages or generations later. I just forgot to bring that up earlier. That's the reason I went back from the far plane onto the Celsius. Anyway, back to this. Let's see how this story wraps up completely now. Final Fantasy X-2 last mission. The last mission. No more after this. We did a lot of missions in that game. Not sure how much time after the ending of 10-2 this takes place. I'm not sure what the time jump is. Could be a few months, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they'll say, hopefully. I just know it's a significant time after. The seagull! First time we see one up close like that and with so much detail.
I thought that we would always be together.
I don't think she's talking about Tidus.
Huh? Huh? Whoa, Uni! Riku, what are you doing here? I was gonna ask you that!
This game's a little louder.
Here, look!
Oh wait, no, I had my volume up.
Ta-da!
For you guys, it's the same.
You got one too?
You betcha! I thought it was just some stupid junk mail. It doesn't even have a return address on it. But I figured I'd come check it out, and I'm glad I did. It's been so long, Uni. How are you?
Good.
Well, this is cute.
I told myself we could see each other whenever we wanted, but time just kept passing. The letter said to check the 5th seat from the right in the front row of the East Block, right?
And that would be here.
Pain!
Long time no see.
You got a letter too, Pain?
How long has it
Looks
been?
that way.
Has it been 3 months?
Feels like more than that.
3 months. That's it?
What are you complaining about? You two are the ones who got off the ship in the first place, remember?
I suppose some bonds just can't be broken.
True bonds of friendship, eh?
Welcome back!
Thanks, Riku.
Where's brother?
He's out shopping with Buddy. Forget about that. Come on, Uni, read the letter. Read it, read it!
Oh, right. Travel to Udisur. Reach the top by powers yours and yours alone, and there will be something worth seeing.
That's it?
That's it.
Udisur? What's a Udisur?
Udisur Tower. I've heard of it. Only rumors, though. A ruined tower just recently discovered, so they say. I've got an idea where it might be.
Then let's go! Take the helm, Pain!
Me? I think brother will get mad if he finds out, won't he?
Who cares?
Of course he was gonna say
Well,
that.
that settles that.
Wait! Y. R.
P.
Liftoff!
She looks good in the pilot seat.
This doesn't look good.
What was wrong? That's a hell of a takeoff. I thought she was gonna crash into the ground right away. Little Mocha Shake. Final Fantasy X-2 Last Mission HD Remaster. Well, here we go, folks. I don't want to call it a minigame, but it is short when it comes to the cutscenes, seeing as how the video for it is 40 minutes. And we're already like 5-10 minutes in. It's that beautiful music again. Well, I can't talk to them. Udisur Tower. Who invited us here?
It's huge.
Good thing we can just fly straight to the top.
Now where's the fun in that?
Well, where's the fun in climbing?
I knew she was gonna say that.
Remember the letter. Reach the top by powers yours and yours alone, and there will be something worth seeing. We should do as it says.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, we never seen this place before, too. Oh, so this is the tutorial. Alright. Well, since I'm not really gonna play the game, then it's whatever then. I'll go as far as, like, the first floor. Head for the top of Udisur Tower. You can only use items you find in the tower. Individual skill is the name of the game, so you'll be alone, but can switch characters at certain points. Victory conditions, reach the top of the tower. Choose your YRP. Yuna level 1 gunner, Riku level 1 thief, Pain level 1 warrior. Start with Yuna. See, it's not a full-scale game like FF10 or FF10-2. It's almost like a borderline mobile game, but with FF10-2's backstory as its, what the hell? So that's how you move? Just using FF10-2's backstory, but the game's focus is its gameplay, not the story. As you can see by how abruptly you just kind of start playing after those introductory scenes. What is this? Okay, so you attack in real time. 3 spaces ahead of myself, I'm guessing? So you don't get a hands-on tutorial that goes through with you at the beginning of the game. You have to get an information overload dump. Right at the beginning. And I'm guessing none of this stuff works. Does it? Supercharge does. What the hell does it do in this game, though? I recovered my... So it does work. The game enhancements do work. But I'm still not gonna play the game just because it's, the gameplay still can be a bit repetitive. And it's not my style of gameplay. It's like, you know, like I said, it's a little puzzle, real-time strategy thing that semi-reminds me of Tactics, as you can see right now. Like a real-time version of Final Fantasy Tactics rather than turn-based. This is strange. Do I have to shoot this, maybe? Let's say, is it gonna break? She just kind of stopped running on her own. That was a little weird. Funny how the first time I went over that it didn't activate. But now it is. Take that, fool. It's advantageous to shoot him from afar, obviously. Enemies seem to respawn. If you look back at the room I've been to already, there's like 3 enemies now. Interesting. I bet this game has like a cult fan base. From the game pack I saw that it has, they can have tremendous like replay value because there's a lot of RNG to it. Or maybe just a little bit of RNG but a lot of customization. Wow, that came out weird. Can't talk anymore. Alright, I think this is where I call it because I already don't know what the hell to do. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm not sure how you're supposed to move up a floor. Because I kind of just skipped the tutorial. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. There's just more enemies now. There's a little game pack here, but... yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, well, fuck it then. We got a taste of what the gameplay's like. And yeah, it's like I thought, there's not much here that I'm gonna enjoy, so... let's just go to the cutscenes now. Even the game pack I was reading, which takes you like floor by floor, did not indicate how you're supposed to actually change floors. He put like how to unlock floor 5 and 10, but he didn't say how to go from floor 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, like that. Which is kind of weird. It is what it is. Whatever, I can say at least I tried it, right? Is this it? Yep. Okay, switch to desktop. Good to go. Transition. So here it is. I think cutscenes happen once every 5 to 10 floors, or every 5 floors, I think. And there's like 80 floors. Yeah, we saw all these already.
We should do as it says.
Haven't gotten much
Okay.
We should do as it says.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this.
When was this one uploaded? 5 floors in, I'm guessing.
Out of shape?
A little. I haven't gotten much exercise lately.
That's why you're back at level 1?
What about you, Riku?
Piece of cake. You know what?
720p is all we're getting.
Because I don't sit around all day doing nothing like you do.
You
Wow.
got me there.
So, what have you been looking for, Riku?
audio
Some machine
track.
sunk in the sea or something?
That's right.
Okay, it's going through.
Oh yeah, you've been helping Shinra, haven't you?
Well, you know how Shinra left the ship and is off researching something or other with Rin? Every now and then he asks me to check out this or that. He says he can't do it himself because he's just a kid. So I'm always looking for ruins on the bottom of the sea or off running all over on some mission or another. Oh yeah, and I did some work for Pops too, because he had another one of his crazy business ideas. Something about striking it rich at the Gagazet hot springs and using the money to rebuild homes.
Of course.
Brother wasn't too hot on the idea, so I stayed out of it, but I introduced Pops to a business partner. If I had to guess, I'd say Pops is probably working on his Welcome to Oaxaca's right about now. That's Pops for ya.
Excellent.
And it looks like the LeBlanc Syndicate has got some ideas of their own, too. But those are Ronso lands, right? They weren't even going to consult with Kimari. Can you believe it? So,
Bastards.
I helped set up a meeting between them, you know? He said,
Kimari worry hunters defile sacred ground.
but LeBlanc just told him the Syndicate does whatever it wants. I mean, show some gratitude, will ya?
Seriously.
And then there's Clasco. You know how kids are. He still bugs me to help him out all the time. It never ends. I end up babysitting the kindergartens on whatever silly mission they're on. And the more I help, the more he ends up depending on me. Yeesh!
Well, we discussed that earlier,
I
yeah.
heard from Tobly a while ago, too. And check this out. He wants to hire me to get up on stage and sing. He said I've got to sound as good as you, Uni. So I've been taking voice lessons from Barkeep. My darling, I love you.
Wow, you certainly have been busy.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Wanna help?
You've been doing a lot, Riku.
Rejected again. No matter how many times I ask, she always says no.
But if I were as busy as you, I'd go out of my mind.
Me too, honestly.
You
Jesus.
never want to see me anymore, Uni.
You know that's not true. Did she really think I didn't want to see her?
I guess they're pretty high up now already.
It looks so old.
That's because it probably is. The people who found it think it might even predate Xanarkand.
Wow.
You're talking about the machine faction, right? They weren't able to find out much.
Remember what the letter said. If we make it to the top, there will be something worth seeing. What do you think is up there?
Maybe whatever gives this place its name.
Udisur. Is that an anagram for something else?
Oh hey, speaking of the machine faction, how's Gipple been doing anyway?
Fine, I guess. I haven't seen him for a while.
Really? You haven't?
Yeah, what about Barreleye and Nuge? Weren't you all together?
Things aren't that simple. Everyone is busy doing their own thing.
I heard that some of the groups had split up.
You heard right. The Youth League already did, and New Yevon looks to be next. Yevon is so big that Barreleye seems to be having a hard time of it, though. Change is slow. And it's only good if it's the right kind of change.
Yeah.
The three of them are making the rounds on apology duty. Nuge says it's their punishment for letting Spira break into splinters.
Ugh, that sounds like a pain.
Well, I'm sure things will settle down sooner or later. Barreleye is as good as any with the old folk.
Then the four of you will be able to see each other soon.
No, I think they may have to wait a while.
Oh, why's that?
There's something I want to do first.
What is it?
Ah! Let me guess, it's a secret, right?
Well, it's nothing.
Aren't you dying to know?
I can't always be worrying about other people all the time.
I guess that's true.
I really shouldn't worry about other people, but I can't help it.
I love music. From the comments, that's right. I was trying to remember where it was from. Sunset. I don't know what floor this is.
What is it?
It's strange, don't you think? We're so far from Besaid, but the sunset looks the same.
Yeah, the same. Well, I guess you're right.
But even though it looks the same, it actually changes every day.
It does?
It's just something I've been thinking about recently.
What do you mean? Kind of curious about what she means by that.
So, you've been staying in Besaid?
Yeah, she has. She's totally gone back to her life before she joined the Gullwings.
Home all the time?
That's not true at all. Back then, I was only thinking of someone I had lost. I wanted a change from all that, so I left the island. I'm a different person now. I don't feel like I need to keep busy anymore. I'm fine with staying in one place and taking it easy.
That sounds relaxing.
See, she's not overcomplicating
I
life.
did meet someone.
Ooh, did you hear that? Uni's got a guy paying. Well, come on. Tell us about him. Tell us, please.
What? It's no big deal.
Come on, give us something.
Uni!
What?
Tell us, Yuna.
Oh, sorry. I...
Don't tell me she's making shit up.
Oh, okay, so now I get it. That's why you never come when I ask you to.
You're not jealous, are you?
No, I'm not. Okay, maybe just a little. But if he's back too, why are you just spending all your time on Besaid, Uni? You could go on an airship cruise around the world or something.
Maybe someday. I don't want to rush into anything just now.
Until you figure out what you want to do, right?
No, that's not quite it. I don't feel like I need to find something. I can't really explain it. But you know what I mean, don't you?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, not in the least.
Oh,
Seems like-
I don't get it either.
Like she's
But
having
I
a...
guess you better start thinking about things seriously from now on.
Maybe you're right.
I suppose it would be stranger if nothing at all had changed.
Seems like she's having a hard time saying that. Or just saying that she's not really trying to do anything right now. She's just taking it easy.
And then a guard found me while I was watching the stage.
Oh, at the beginning of FF10 too, I
He
remember
didn't
that.
stand a chance. Bam! Boom! Pow! Yeah!
She's barely
Kinda
sharing
feel
that
bad
story.
for the guy.
Ah, he was just a LeBlanc thug. And you're one to talk pain. You beat up a bunch of them.
It's true.
It sounds like you two had some fun.
Meanwhile, Yuna was trapped in a
while
mobile
you were
costume.
strutting around in that silly getup.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that thing was so heavy and hot. That's not as easy as it looks, you know. Those were fun times.
I'm writing a book.
A book?
Oh shit.
There's so much that happened. I want to make a record of it all. You two should help me write it.
She did like recording.
Does it really have to be written down? For it to be remembered?
Our brains are mushy, yeah. Ooh, she didn't like that one.
Sorry, but a book doesn't seem like something you do, Pain. I have an idea. Instead of writing about the old stuff, why not write about all the new stuff that's been happening?
So what new stuff has been happening?
I got
That's
a
what we've
lot
been
of things going
asking
on.
this whole time.
Seems to me you just stick your head in wherever it fits. Riku, let me ask you this. Just what is it you want to be?
B? Well, that's easy.
Come on.
I'm thinking, okay? It's not that I can't decide. It's just nothing comes to mind. Look, I know I can't just sit around and do nothing. I can't stay still in one place. I have to keep busy. Not like you, Uni.
Like me?
Just passing all those days back on Besaid, wasting your time away.
What do you mean, wasting? I'm not flying all over the place like you. But that's what I want right now.
I don't get it. What is?
To watch the ocean, and go for walks, and cook meals.
But that's so normal, Uni.
But I want normal. Why can't you understand that, Riku?
I just can't. You're not doing anything with your life.
And you're just fooling yourself by keeping busy all the time.
What do you mean by that, huh?
That's enough, both of you. To each her own. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, I would leave it at that if she would just let me be.
Huh, easy for you to say, Pain. You don't care about other people, just yourself.
And you care about others too much.
Well, I can't stand to see you wasting your life away.
That's none of your business.
I said that's enough! What's the matter with you? We finally see each other, and this is what happens?
She started it.
You started it, Uni.
Oh my god. Are
Okay,
you serious
enough.
right now?
Things were never like this before.
How far do we have to climb anyway?
To the top.
And what are we supposed to find up there?
I mean, that escalated so quickly. Jesus Christ, they were at each other's throats
How should I know?
suddenly.
Ask whoever wrote the letter.
I'm asking because I don't know who wrote the letter.
Who do you think it was?
Someone who knows all three of us, I guess.
I wonder if it was LeBlanc.
That's a lot of people, though.
It'd be way over the top if it was her. My money's on Rin.
He would do something like this, yeah. Maybe.
You're both wrong. I wrote the letter.
What?
You did?
What?
I don't know how to explain it. It's stupid, I know that. After we split up, I traveled around by myself for a while. I wasn't lonely, not really. I had things I wanted to do. But when I'm alone, I just feel like something's missing. I thought, if the three of us were together, we'd find something to grab onto again.
Pain, you could have just told us.
Maybe.
Wait a minute. What about the part that says there's something for us to see up top?
Oh.
That's just something I came up with.
Ugh, you gotta be kidding me.
Sorry. I thought it'd be fun to go on an adventure again, just like old times. But it's not going very well, is it? Things were never like this before.
You make it sound so long ago. It's only been 3 months.
But
We
yeah.
could always just go back.
No, wait. We've come this far. There's no turning back now.
Well, that's a scary way to put it. Hey, what do you think's gonna happen to the 3 of us after this?
If we keep going, maybe we'll find out. I just remembered something I wish I hadn't.
Oh, the part where he
I
shot
thought
them all.
we'd gotten away from the Yevon chasing us. I never saw it coming when Nuge shot me. The last thing I remember seeing before I blacked out was a sunset like this one. Shuyin
Yeah.
had a hold of him then. That's why he did it. Once Nuge was himself again, he tended our wounds and left us with the Al Bhed. After that, they separated us to keep us hidden from Yevon.
Interesting to know that all this happened during FF10, right? It was all happening while Tidus and everyone else were going on their adventure to defeat Sin.
You heard all this from Nuge?
I've tried to put it all behind me, but I still remember it from time to time. The night I parted ways with my friends, and the long nights that came after.
I remember too. Back when I first saw Xanarkand. I thought Uni was gonna die if we kept going on like we were. But she'd made up her mind, so I didn't want to get in her way. I couldn't figure out what to do. I remember looking out on the sunset with tears in my eyes.
It was the same for me. I didn't know anything about the final Aeon. Being together with everyone. I just thought...
We all remember the painful tears of back then.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
So, do you think the 3 of us are...
Are what?
Just forget it.
I think I know where she was going with that. I mean, damn, the way they fought earlier. It got so intense so quickly. Riku doesn't like Yuna's idea of living life by just taking it easy and settling down. I guess at such a young age, she's the opposite type. She's like, you gotta go out there and do stuff. It's what I was saying a few streams earlier. It keeps coming up. She's the type where she feels like you have to be doing something, otherwise you're wasting your life away. That's the kind of negative pressure you don't want to obsess over. But society tends to put that idea in our heads. Go skydiving, go do this, go do that.
So do you think we're close?
You know, that kind of thing.
We must be. What's wrong?
Again, not to discourage that stuff, but don't obsess over it to the
It's a
point where you
secret.
get all negatively stressed
Well?
about not doing it.
How about I try and guess?
Go ahead. You'll never get it.
Are you sure? We finally get together. But the problem is, Uni and Pain have changed so much that nothing's going right. If we stay together any longer, we're going to fight. And things will just get worse and worse. I just want to go home before we grow apart, any more than we have. Sound about right?
How'd you know all that?
Because I'm thinking the same thing.
Really?
Huh. Why am I not surprised?
We're all so different, don't you think?
Very. Always kind of have been, really, but
We all think so differently. I realized that last night when we were fighting. Maybe it was just luck that kept us together before. We were together because we had to be.
they had a common goal with
Maybe
sphere
the three
hunting.
of us never really got along in the first place.
So you think we're growing further apart? The more time we spend together?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Am I worrying too much?
That's not for me to say.
Riku, you feel the same way that I do. I'm really relieved to know that.
Oh, okay. Well, at
That's
least
sad,
I'm not
though.
alone. I'm glad to know that.
It's never a happy thing to see a friendship start to die off, I
I was
guess.
worried what would happen if we got to the top and then saw something we didn't want to see.
I just made that up. Doesn't mean anything.
Well, that's what made me curious about it.
Since when do you worry so much about the future? That's not like you.
Hey, you make it sound like I never think about anything at all, Uni.
Here's what I think. There's a lot we don't know about each other.
Maybe that's why we fight. If that's true, I have a feeling it won't be the last time. So, shall we go? Who knows? If we all make it to the top together, maybe we'll be able to see what the future holds for the three of us.
I saw a picture. I think this is the final boss. Yeah, I saw a picture of it. So we're at the end. And that leads them to the top. Yeah, there it is. The final staircase.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Did she really think I didn't want to see her?
I really shouldn't worry about other people, but I can't help it.
I suppose it would be stranger if nothing at all had changed.
Things were never like this before.
I suppose some bonds just can't be broken.
Same words they said near the beginning. But is it really true now, I wonder? After everything that happened?
Well, here we are. What do you think we're gonna see?
You're not still worried, are you?
Because if you are, we could just turn back now.
Hell
No
no.
way!
Well then,
Not after 80 floors.
R.
P.
It's showtime!
One last time, right? Earrings blitzing out. And here's the top, I'm assuming.
How do you work it? I think it's broken.
Maybe it's just old.
either way, I think it's...
Worthless.
Oh.
Looks fancy though. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, right?
So
Right,
you
guys?
worried for nothing?
You're darn right I did. Climbing all the way up this stupid tower, getting chased by stupid monsters. And we fought with each other for no real good reason. Now we finally get to the top and find nothing but some old piece of junk. Hey, letter writer! Weren't we supposed to see something if we came all the way up here?
So, you really don't see anything?
No.
You sure about that? Because I do.
Damn, PS4 is quite annoying with this. With these cutscenes, huh? You can see this, but not this. But now you can see this. Oh. I mean, it is a beautiful view. They're really high up. But damn, that's breathtaking.
Well,
I did see it, but we...
We're all different. Spending time apart, going different places, seeing different sights. Before we knew it, we had all become different people.
Is our time together over now? Are we all gonna go our separate ways?
if so, then so be it. Who knows when we'll see each other again? Maybe we never will.
Still, we'll always have our memories. The three of us laughing, the three of us fighting.
Someday we'll all look back and remember the time we spent together. And even if we do grow apart, those moments that we all look back on,
Those moments, will never change.
Hot springs, anyone? Oh wow, look. And they don't even see it right behind them. I bet they reused the little theme for 1,000 words. Little piano melody. Eddie Burris. She related to Hannibal Buress? And that's it. Yep. I guess this is just a credit to the last few minutes. Yeah, see, the fact is there's so few cutscenes for this game goes to show that, like I said, it's more about the, it's more about the gameplay. The story was just kind of the excuse to get people to want to get through it. But the main focus of this game was definitely its gameplay. Which looked interesting, just from the little bit that I did, and from what I read up on before I even fired it up earlier. It just doesn't look like my thing. That's why I was kind of like, we'll just watch the cutscenes, fuck it. So that's why, yeah, if you look at the cutscenes alone, it seems like such a short game. That's kind of nice, though. They touched on YRP's relationship with each other and how it changed so quickly in 3 months after the defeat of Vecnagun. Kind of a nice credit sequence though, seeing a recap of FF10. Seems like there's only one piece of dialogue that changed. Or that would change, depending on, like, if it reads your save file. The part where she said she met someone. But then Rico even said if he's back, too. Almost like implying she was talking about Tidus. So it's a little confusing, but I think they kept it vague on purpose. Because they didn't want to ruin whatever ending somebody decided to get on their playthrough of 10-2. You know, some people might prefer the ending where Tidus doesn't come back, you know, so. The post-credits scene of OG-10 kind of, you know, solidifies that it's canon for him to come back, but some people might still want to write their own story, and they should have the freedom to do that, so. I see why they wrote the dialogue in this game like that. Yeah, that was a nice, interesting, but short little... Short and sweet. Not a bad thing, you know. Short and sweet, interesting little 30-ish minutes. Showing, I guess, the aftermath of the whole Vecnagun thing. We got to hear about everybody else, too. It wasn't just about them. What everyone else is doing. It's almost like you could think of this game as a fanfic. Short and sweet and just kind of implies certain things happened here and there. I know there's some fanfics that are like this whole detailed thing that go on for ages, but this is more like a short and sweet one. And obviously not a fanfic because it's an official release. Yeah, that was fun, I guess. Nice way to conclude this. Well, I guess once this is over, that's it. memorable scenes. So this game was released a year after 10-2. I looked it up, it was 2004. Someday, somewhere in the sky, may we meet again. Yeah, the whole thing about them drifting apart and becoming different people and going their own ways and maybe never seeing each other again after this. That hit close to home for me. Like, I didn't just tear up because of the usual drama that makes me tear up or whatever, but like... It also made me tear up just because I've experienced that. I think a lot of us do throughout life. You have periods in your life where you have like a lot of friends. Oops, I should have left that on vibrate. You have periods in your life where you have a certain friend group, and then just over time you kind of just drift apart, and then you end up with a different friend group, or you end up alone for a while and then you find a different friend group. Because people change over time, and I think it's no different with relationships, monogamous or not. When you have a relationship with someone, like, you can start off clicking so well together, and then after a while, even if you're together, you start to become different people. You start to grow into a different person. Each of you start to grow into different people, and then you don't click anymore, and then that's why you go your separate ways. Sometimes that could even happen decades later. Like, I've seen people divorce after 35 years. But yeah, it's just like with relationships, friend groups, it's the same thing. And so I've experienced that. When they talked about, it really hit me when Yuna said, no matter how much we grow apart, and even if we never see each other again later, yada yada, all that stuff. I was having flashbacks of the friend group I had when I played MapleStory way back in like 2006 all the way to 2012. I played that game, and I had some friends come and go, but there was this core group of friends that were with me throughout the majority of those years. And when the magic of the game finally started to fade away on all of us around like 2010 or 11, and everyone just kind of started slowly easing off the game and eventually quitting altogether, and we all went our separate ways. We tried to stay in contact through social media, and stuff like that, Facebook, but eventually, the messages between each other just become more infrequent, and you start realizing the game you guys all play together was a big core component of what kept you together, a lot like what they were kind of hinting at with Yuna, Riku, and Pain here, which was that, they had a common goal as Sphere Hunters, and that's what was probably the only thing that was keeping them together back then, because they've always been so different. But even if they weren't, they've certainly grown apart and become much more different now, 3 months later, that everything's settled down after the whole Vegnagun crisis. And it's sad. It's sad, but also bittersweet, because, Yuna saw the upside of it. At least they'll always have their memories of when they were together and they did get along and have these amazing adventures together. That will never change. What's in the past is in the past. It's always going to be like that now. They'll always have that to remember. Even if going forward they just no longer have a relationship with each other. So, it's bittersweet, but I like it because it's realistic. It doesn't just throw the whole happily ever after. It does for Yuna and Tidus, of course, because this had nothing to do with them. This was all just about YRP. But, it just goes to show that not everything can always end up perfect and tied up with a nice little bow, The hell is this? This got me a little bit. Oh, okay. Somebody's first playthrough of 10. So yeah. That was interesting. Well, I guess that's that. I'm just glad I got it done. This is the, Devil Slayer Productions is the YouTube channel that put this up. Gotta give credit where it's due. And the game fact I read up on to see what this game was about and the gameplay elements and stuff is, Last Mission Guide for PS3 by Orin402 on GameFAQs. Highest rated guide for this. So there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, folks. Like I said, this is just going to be a short one. Just a little 1 hour stream just to cover this, and that's it. So there you have it. I guess now, well, we officially move on to Final Fantasy 12, starting tomorrow or the next time I stream, whenever it is. But I'll try to make sure it's tomorrow, though. I want to try to keep a consistent pace going again like I used to, so. That was a nice little addendum, I suppose. Nice little bonus episode to FF10-2. Not much more to say on it. So yeah. Until next time, please, as always, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. And, as always, I appreciate the likes, subscribes, views, follows, and all that on YouTube and Twitch. And until next time, peace. See you later, everyone. And do take care.